Hi everyone, and welcome back to the studio. This video, as you can tell, is a little bit different. I just did not feel like doing the full setup for my normal videos, and I'm actually actively crocheting while talking to you in this video. If you want more videos like this where it's a little bit more chill, not as set up, let me know. I didn't feel like the words are not coming to me very well. I didn't feel like changing the angle of my phone, and I just recorded a very brief TikTok about this, and I just figured share it to YouTube as well. And basically, I had taken, I think it was like September off, and then I don't quite remember like what it was in relation to this channel, but I know for my other channel, my non-crochet one, I took November off and then began posting again, and yeah, it's been a lot. So I'm not going to share too much about what's been going on because there's so much, and plus too, it's like I don't need my whole life on the internet, but things are happening. Overall, it's been relatively chill. On October 23rd and 24th, I was at Disneyland with my sister, and we had a really great time. You can check out my other channel, the Shanae Show. Those videos will be up at the end of November. And I also posted about that to my TikTok, my social TikTok, as I guess I'm calling it. But, you know, life's been lifing, so it is what it is. Things are going, things are happening as they do. I'm trying to be better about actually making more crochet related content, but sometimes it's just kind of hard to sit down, pick up the yarn and hook, and then actually record the crocheting, because I mentioned this in my TikTok, but usually when I am crocheting, it's either really early in the morning, like right before work, or I'm in a spot in the morning, at least I'm in a spot that's not super conducive to recording. Or when the other moments that I'm crocheting, it's when it's later in the evening, the night, right before I'm settling down, and I'm like not wanting to whip out my phone and my camera and record that either, because again, I'm settling down for bed. I don't want to have a camera on me, even if it's just my phone camera. So yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit better. And also too, part of it is that I am trying to balance some of my other hobbies along with crochet. Like, I love reading. I would do so much reading before I started crocheting, and now it's just like there was a long period of time where I was like doing so much crochet and very little reading, and then I missed reading. And so now it's kind of the flip side of that, where I'm doing so much reading and then very little crochet. So it's like I'm trying to also find a good balance for that, so that it's like I have, like, part of it for me is that I need set times and set places for different hobbies, for certain hobbies. And I think a large part of it for me too is that like I have set times and places where I like sitting down and doing my hobbies. That is like, once one hobby is kind of in that time slot or in that physical location, it's kind of hard to pivot to another one, because then it's like, oh, I crochet here, I should be doing some crocheting, or oh, I read here, so I should be doing some reading. So it's like, thankfully with audiobooks, like that sometimes helps when I'm crocheting, but then it's just like, okay, depending on the content of the audiobook, of the story, it's like, do I want to listen to a nonfiction about like a true crime nonfiction at like 6 o'clock in the morning? Not so much. So it's that kind of a deal where it's like, maybe the content isn't always, for me at the very least, like not always time amenable, if that makes sense, where it's like not always going to be the best for every single point in the day, or the best for the mornings, or the best for the evenings. So it's like that kind of a deal where it's like I end up putting off one hobby to just do the other. So I'm figuring out what would be good when and where. So I figured that here at my desk usually is a good spot to do some reading, whether it's physical or not, whether it's a physical book or not. Here at my desk is usually a good spot for reading because my bookshelf is right there, right next to me. So it makes it a little bit easier to just pick up a book and start reading and put it back down on my bookshelf. Whereas like what I mentioned earlier, like I tend to crochet when I'm still kind of waking up or I'm winding down. So it's like it's a little bit easier to crochet when I'm waking up in the morning in my usual seats in the living room, or it's a little bit easier to crochet when I'm sitting on my bed and settling down for the night. So it's like just trying to implement certain schedules a little bit more strictly, so to say, without it being super strict. So that's kind of where I've been at with life and hobbies and trying to work out what goes when and where. And just to show you one of the things I've been working on, I've just been doing this continuous square. It's based off of, what's the pattern? It's based off of this granny square. It's the classic 112 stitch classic square. It's based off of that one. So I've just been kind of continuing. I am at row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whereas this one only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. It has 6 rows of like this kind. The first row is treble, the second row is double, third row is treble, and then rows 4 through 6 is double, and then the 7th row is a single crochet. But here I have a good example. Okay, so example is this one where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the 7th row is a single crochet stitches along. And let's see, can I line this up? Yeah, I can. So mostly. So size comparison, So basically what I've been doing for the rainbow one is I've been going back and forth between treble and double crochet stitches for this pattern until I get to an okay size, and then I might pick up again with a white yarn on the outside just to keep going. And then once I get to pretty decent size, I'm just gonna finish it off with a round of single crochets and then weave it in, tie it off. But yeah, I've just been kind of going just for practice and just seeing how it looks as a bigger square. So that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.